sight, but I must keep on moving forward, though I stumble every time. And I wonder what lessons I've learned, and I wonder, will it ever be my turn? And I wonder what to say to myself when I am weak. I cannot give up. Make me a sacrifice. Make me a sacrifice. Make me a sacrifice. A sacrifice. A sacrifice. Too many roses. Too many roses. Too many, too many. Take away all of the gray lights are dull in that hazy way. Red, the color of bloodshed, the color of life. Mesmerized by blue eyes, now things seem uninteresting. Do you realize what a price welcome to another Music Monday where I actually did a back-to-back Music Monday last week and this week, guys. That's amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. I did 2 songs today for you, songs 80 and 81, Roses and Thorns and Save Me. So these songs were not songs I ever played with the band. I showed them to the band. You know, this may have been the time possibly when our drummer Jason quit. So he may not have been around at the time that I was writing these and showing these just to Alex and Joe. But yeah, that was a big hit to myself. I had a really, really hard time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is when, because then there's 2 other songs after this. The next one's Torch Singer, and I know I wrote that and performed it. Or played it, practiced it with a drummer that we got to fill in for this big event that we did, and I'll go into that when I go over Torch Singer with you. But yeah, that was really tough for me because I had staked my whole future on being in this band and, you know, making it in the industry, and it was my whole life for, you know, so long. I started songwriting when at 15, and at this time I would have been, you know, around 2021 possibly. And I had just started dealing with really crippling anxiety and panic attacks and depression. And it was a, you know, very, very difficult time in my life that lasted several years, and it took a lot. And I then realized, you know, actually I had one of those awesome moments with God where he basically just told me, no, this is not you. This is not, you're not going to be, you know, crippled by this anymore. You may struggle with it, you know, for a while or for, you know, the rest of your life, but being stuck in my home, not being able to do anything or go anywhere was not his plan for me. And so that really gave me the confidence to move forward. And, you know, for those of you who deal with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, I am always here to talk and encourage. So you can private message me or whatever if you are dealing with that right now and want to go into a little bit more of what I did to kind of get through the worst of that. But I really started showing signs my 21st birthday, actually. And then we had this big show coming up, and so it wasn't yet. It wasn't yet. It was later. So after Torch Singer, a few songs down the line when I really got crippled by my anxiety and panic disorder was what I was, did I say that right? Panic disorder was what I was diagnosed with, and a life changer for sure, but in a positive way as well. A lot of great things gained from that. So I'm trying to think, because I feel like, yeah, no, it wouldn't. The Roses and Thorns, I may have maybe been starting to deal with like mostly depression and stuff. So, because Roses and Thorns sort of does deal with like what lessons have I learned from some of these hardships and stuff. And I totally felt that it was my anxiety, although the anxiety was something that I dealt with kind of since I was like maybe 7 years old. That my memories start to kind of remember going through some of that difficult stuff where I would like have sleepless nights and shake and be scared of things that I didn't understand what I was scared of exactly. So I was pretty young when I started dealing with it, but it was very, you know, episodes. It kind of just went away. And then after 21, it really hit and stuck around for a little while. So yeah, but that must have been dealing with, because I started dealing with depression and going to therapy for that, I think around 18, 19, maybe even 20. But, you know, pretty young to deal with the feelings that I was dealing with depression. And so that probably was more of what this song was about. Now, Save Me, of course, so those of you who are keyed into the spiritual side, it's about Jesus and his death and sacrifice for us. And, you know, that has been a very substantial part of my life since I was a kid. And, I mean, like 3, 2, maybe even younger. And that is really what has gotten me through a lot of things in my life, is my spiritual connection. I'm not into religion, not into, you know, some of like the corporate Christianity stuff that goes on, you know, in the US and whatnot. It's a very personal thing, and it's a very, yeah, more spiritual than religious. So that's just a little bit side note about me spiritually. But yeah, so that's what that song was about. It was just mostly about Jesus and what he did. And saving me from a lot in life. And the funny thing about my wishing well is full of my quarters. I caught a bum taking 10. Um, I just, like when you throw quarters into a well and then, like sometimes people steal the quarters out. This is like back in the day. Obviously, you don't use a lot of change these days, and you don't really use much cash even. So back in the day when people would be scrounging for things, especially when you're young and you want money for a vending machine, like people would totally just dig into a well that quarters were in. So yeah, I don't know why. I just saw like what a disappointment would that be if you're constantly throwing wishes into a wishing well and then people are just stealing them out of there. And so your life, the wishes aren't necessarily coming true. So that was sort of a little weird thing that I put in there. Yeah, these songs are kind of a meh. They're not some of my favorites or most moving. They're whatever. So you can let me know what you think about them. Maybe you really like it. Maybe you absolutely hate it. Whatever. Let me know in the comment section. So next week, if I'm here for next week, I will do another song. And then I really want to record, because I did composition for Torch Singer, which I am so in love with, you guys. And if go back and check out the video that I made that went along with just the instrumental for Torch Singer. But I really want to try to lay down vocal tracks for it. And I just have to see if my MacBook, everything's going to handle the mic setup and how I can mess with the sound, because I bought this whole microphone system thing when I recorded an audiobook I was hired to do it for an author. Anyway, so I have set up and experimented with the mic system in that aspect, but I need to try to see in a music aspect with singing and not just reading. So we'll see what I can do to try to come up with something that sounds good, and I want to hopefully get that taken care of. So there may be a couple Music Mondays where I'm not going to be, not that you're not used to that, because I'm not always back to back like I was this week, but I may take some time on Sundays when I record to actually lay down the vocal tracks for that and not do any Music Mondays. So we'll see. But we have one more song before that, and that's really all I have for you this week, guys. Thank you again for tuning in, and always I am here to talk to anybody that wants to reach out about anxiety and depression or whatever. That's a big, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like it makes it worthwhile what I went through when I can reach out and help others and encourage them through their anxiety. And I've definitely done that with many people over the last, 20 years? Because I was like 21 when I really started dealing with it. So I am always here for that kind of thing for you guys, because I love you and appreciate you and want you all happy and well. So reach out if you feel like it. Other than that, that's all I have for you this week. I hope that you guys have a phenomenal rest of your week. Keep smiling, keep being positive, and keep listening to Music Mondays.